Along the southern border, hundreds of children remain separated from their parents.
That's the situation for Yeni Maricela Gonzalez Garcia, living that kind of nightmare.
After 43 days in the custody of U.S. immigration authorities, Yeni Gonzalez was released on bail.
The bail was paid by some families, mothers who were in New York City.
She's making her way to New York to find her kids.
It has been very difficult, very hard for me. I felt that my heart broke into 1,000 pieces. They snatched my children from my arms.
¿Cómo se deletrea? ¿Como Jennifer López?
No.
No, con Y. Entonces eso es como...
Usted dice con J.
Ajá, J
no. Yo
yeah.
con Y. Ajá.
Ah, okay. Porque no, sí.
Usted lo escribe Yeni.
Ajá, el mío es J-A-N-E-Y.
Ah.
Y el de usted es Y-E-N-I.
Sí.
I actually heard about Yeni through a text message. Someone who was close with one of the organizers said, hey, someone's going to be released from detention tomorrow night. Can you help? Can you help coordinate transportation to Albuquerque? And can you be there at Eloy to support? And so I said, yeah, for sure, I'm in.
It really started as soon as I heard Jenny's lawyer talking about the fact that he knew she was in Eloy in Arizona. She knew that her kids were at Cayuga in New York. And he said she could actually go through her whole immigration proceedings in New York if she could just get to New York from Arizona. And I thought, certainly within my own community of friends and family and acquaintances, that it would be possible to do that for one person. And so why not try?
When we got in the car, it was just quiet for a little bit. And she would kind of ask questions and say things. And she definitely appreciated the beauty of the desert and then some of the flat lines. She was like, oh, isn't that pretty? So that was a lot of conversation. But for the most part, it was quiet. Watching her from the rearview mirror, just looking out in the distance, and such a focused look. And I don't know if she was imagining what she had been through, if she was thinking of what she's about to go through. But I just know it was focused and it was strong.
Ahí están mis tres tesoritos.
¿Mande? A ver. ¡Ay! ¡Qué bonitos! ¿Dónde están en esa foto?
En la laguna de Ipala. Es una laguna. ¿Aló? Sí, sí. Hameli. Aquí.
Hameli, cuando el hombre nos enseñó una foto cuando ya estábamos todos.
¿Ah?
A mí me dio uno, la tía esta, yo no sé, cósteme una ganas de llorar, que cuando el abogado lo enseñó una foto, cuando estaba usted conmigo y con todos, estábamos todos juntos.
Pero ya primero Dios nos vamos a tomar muchas fotos así, mi amor. Juntos y nunca ya nadie nos va a separar.
Ay, mamá, yo no quisiera estar separada, porque a mí, aquel día que yo venía, él me agarró, aquel día yo también me agarró dolor de pecho, me dio una gran ganas de llorar.
Cuando sentás ese dolor de pecho, llorá, hija. Ay, llorar, porque si no te va a hacer daño en tu pechito. Ya pronto, hija, el lunes nos vamos a ver, me vas a abrazar, me vas a besar, yo también a ustedes, y ahí yo me voy a quedar ahí en esa ciudad de Nueva York.
Pero mire, Daisy se pone a llorar. No, mire que en la mañana yo me le puse los calcetines y me dio una cabeza, me dio una
puso.
Yo se lo puse.
Sí, mi amor, a ustedes les está costando ahí solitos, pero primeramente Dios ya no van a sufrir, y eso se los prometo. Vaya, mi amor. Ay, se cuida. Es algo fuerte para mí poder escuchar a mi hijo y no poderle dar un abrazo, no poderle dar un beso. Es algo muy duro. Ya lo quisiera tener conmigo y que ya no me separara de ellos ya.
I think it's just all getting to me. Her story, everyone else's that we're not hearing. And I don't know why, but like just seeing that and seeing how beautiful. I'm thinking yesterday how she said she hadn't been outside. I guess I just finally got to.
Hasta luego, México. Gracias. Albuquerque. Hola, Yeni. Soy Cristina. Soy Cris. Mucho gusto.
When I had dropped her off in Albuquerque, it was really weird. It was someone that I didn't even know for 24 hours. And it was just a feeling of hope, a feeling of helplessness, a feeling of worry. We don't know what's gonna happen. But just a feeling of I wanted her to be okay.
Ya somos amigas para siempre.
Ya no nos vamos a ver. Ya no nos vamos a ver.
Un día sí. Un día nos vamos a ver. Y les voy a dar un abrazo a sus hijos. Y todos felices.
Sí, qué bueno.
Gracias. Que el Señor nos acompañe en ese
Besos también.
Gracias. Igual. Y todo lo demás va a ir más rápido. Esto fue lo más difícil. Lo demás va a estar facilitado.
What is driving through the night? What is driving 5 hours through the night? What is that compared to what Yeni must have experienced? Bringing 3 kids from Guatemala through Mexico, through the Arizona desert. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that 5 hours driving in the night how is that an inconvenience or a struggle of any kind? You know what this feels like to me? This feels like a modern day underground railroad is what it feels like to me. Even though, Yeni is traveling legally to New York City, the fact that, she doesn't have enough documentation that would allow her to travel by plane or by bus. So this system of drivers and hosts along the way, people opening up their houses as refuge, it seems like a perfect parallel to the Underground Railroad, like trying to move a vulnerable body to a safer place.
Buenas noches. Igual, buenas noches. Que Dios la bendiga. Ahora tuve la oportunidad de hablar con mis hijos en la tarde y me siento mejor porque sentí también en ellos había tristeza, pero también sentí que había alegría porque yo les dije que ya nos íbamos a ver primeramente Dios y sentí que ellos estaban muy felices. Me siento como un sueño porque de tanto que he pasado, me imagino que es un sueño que voy a ir a ver a mis hijos. El sueño que he soñado todas las noches. He soñado con ellos y mi sueño ya se va a hacer realidad.
How do you say we're sorry for our president and our laws?
Sorry.
Yo soy...
Lo siento para nuestros presidentes
y
sus leyes. Sí. Lo siento mucho. Gracias. Thank you.
So, how do you say, I am also an immigrant?
Soy un inmigrante. Soy tú. Soy una madre y soy un inmigrante.
The sort of the general baseline rule is like you don't mess with kids, right? Like you don't mess with babies. You don't make them pawns. And I think that was something that for, I think, many people who maybe don't normally consider themselves activists or they don't consider themselves to be like political necessarily, it touched something in them and it made them want to act.
I think she knew people were going to drive her across the country. I don't think she was expecting as much care and as much attention. Definitely not as much attention, but you know that it was touching for her.
Many of us didn't know each other before this week, and it was just incredible how many people just acted. They showed up and they said, I'm here to do this, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And they did, and there was like, you know, nobody had to sort of guide that ship. Everybody was going with it together. From the beginning, the idea was never solely to just do this for one person. It was, if this works, which would be a miracle, you know, can it be replicated?
You want to tell us what we're called?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, so our official name now is Immigrant Families Together. Let's maybe turn for a minute to our plan for Monday. I just want to reemphasize every single person in this room right now and every single person on this call right now has Jenny's best interest at heart. We want to stage maybe 6 spots along the route once they come into New York, where we have hundreds of people waiting with welcome signs along these spots on the route. So it's really critical that we have massive turnout at each of these spots so that it becomes something that is impactful. I said on Facebook yesterday that I've gone to bed every night this week totally awed by all of you and just what you bring to the table. And I'm a former social worker. I've been involved in like social justice since I was a child. And I've never seen anything like this.
¿Quiere Julie una foto? ¿Le puedo mandar una foto de usted?
Aquí está. A ver.
Ya le mandé foto.
La prueba, sí.
¿Quién es Julie?
¿Cómo?
¿Quién es?
Julie es lo que empezó, creo, la campaña en Nueva York.
Sí, así me contaron.
Sí,
ya voy a tener la oportunidad de conocerla.
Sí, creo.
I am friends with Julie, who started the campaign in New York. And so she had told me that they needed a driver from Pittsburgh to New York on the last stretch, or the second to last stretch. And so we immediately jumped at the chance. I think we've both been so desperate to contribute in some sort of positive way to this catastrophic situation.
All right. Buen viaje.
I grew up in a tiny village in Mexico, and some of my family members migrated to the north or to El Norte illegally without papers. This was like in the 90s, so things were a little bit different at that time. And I was lucky that I was able to do it legally, to have the opportunity. So I just feel like there's a lot for me to pay off, you know, to pay back.
La cantábamos mucho en la hielera, cuando estábamos en la hielera en Tucson. Cuando no sabía nada de mis hijos, yo decía, Dios ya se olvidó de mí. ¿Por qué tanto tiempo pasa ahí? Decía yo. Esta cabal dice todo lo que a mí me pasó. Nosotros no teníamos idea de todo lo que nos iba a pasar. Así digo yo, porque si yo hubiera sabido que esto iba a pasar, que iban a arrebatar a mis hijos de mis brazos, yo nunca lo hubiera arriesgado de esa manera. No. ¿Y cómo iba a querer yo, sabiendo que los estaban apartando, cómo iba a querer yo ese sufrimiento para mí y para ellos? A veces somos muy criticados por los medios sociales. Dicen que uno expone a sus hijos ya sabiendo, pero no. A veces las personas hacen comentarios solo porque ellos tal vez nunca han pasado lo que uno ha sufrido. Esas personas no saben nada.
Final search, yes. Bueno, es que te vas a llevar todas las cámaras, Jenny.
¿Dónde está Jenny? Aquí está, escondida. Hola, Jenny. Jenny, hola, ¿cómo estás? Un placer, un placer.
Gracias.
Ah, tú eres una persona muy impresionante. Gracias por su coraje, especialmente en este tiempo con nuestros policías inaceptables de este gobierno. Gracias.
When I got home, there was a call, and we were talking about everything that was going to happen in New York, and I was just picturing her. Everyone very well-intentioned, everyone, you know, trying to make this work, but I thought, like, who's going to be there for her? So we kind of said, all right, well, let me get out there.
Sí, sí.
I called her and I said, hey, it turns out I'm going to be in New York to be there for you. And she kind of got quiet. She said, está bien. She says, that's good, because I was missing you.
So today, Yeni Gonzalez is arriving after a cross-country road trip. And so all of us have gathered here just with our signs and our solidarity to welcome her to New York City.
We want to let her know that there are people in this country who love that she's here, who welcome her here, and are working hard to make sure that she and her children will stay together and not be separated again.
We are trying to show her support, mostly, like to make her feel comfortable that this America is for everyone. We all are one. And for example, I'm a Muslim and I'm Asian. In the meantime, my neighbors are like white and other races, black, Hispanic. So we all are together. We live in the neighborhood like siblings.
I know, I'm sorry, I can change.
Está bien, está bien.
Jenny, ¿cómo se siente estar aquí?
Muy feliz porque sé que aquí están mis niños y cuando me los quitaron, me quitaron mi corazón también y aquí vengo, aquí está mi corazón, no sé dónde, pero aquí está.
this has just grown. And I think it shows what can happen when people stop wishing they could do something and stop just putting on Facebook, you know, this is wrong, and start figuring out, okay, how can I help? Because that's what did this. It wasn't one person who drove across the country. It wasn't one person who gave the whole $7,500 to take her out. I'm pretty sure each donation has been a small donation.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Adiós.
Adiós.
Gracias.
Adiós, chiquita. Qué bonita.
Out there, you want a little bit of nice gesture from such a long way to
Le quiero enviar un mensaje a todas esas madres que están todavía en el centro de detención.
I want to send a message to all the mothers that are still detained in Eloy.
Y yo le mando un mensaje a todas esas madres que luchen porque con la ayuda de todas estas personas lo van a lograr y con la ayuda de Dios.
And I want to send a message to all the mothers that are fighting, that with the help of people like Julie, they are going to come out of this.
We've said before, and we'll say it again, we are going to do this if we have to, one by one, to do what the government is not going to do.
I don't know if I've ever bought into the narrative that America is a place for everyone. The whole poor, tired, huddled masses yearning to be free. Like, I actually don't think we've done so great at that in many ways. I don't think that we can look away from that even as we are admiring just like how generously people showed up for this. Jenny shouldn't have to have gone, and her children shouldn't have to have gone through what they went through to get to a welcoming country. It wasn't a welcome, and it doesn't have to be that way. I hope we get better on that welcoming because we've got a lot of work to do.